Hi. Life is difficult for beginning traders. They don't understand what they are doing. They drink deposit after deposit, buy signals from unknown people. In general, even a dinner at McDonald's would bring them more benefits and positive emotions. But nobody wants to eat at McDonald's. They all want this and this and this. Well, consider yourself lucky. In this video, I will share a detailed guide that will help you stop draining deposit after deposit and make your first couple $100 on the stock exchange. So let's go. And the most attentive viewers who will find the secret word which I have hidden somewhere inside the video and send this word to me in Telegram will get access to the guide to the secret strategy with which I earn $1,500 every day. You are probably already excited and getting ready to spend this huge amount of money. But trading requires serious knowledge. Ideally, financial education and years of trial and error in the market. But don't worry, you have me, a person with very great education and finance, long years of practice, and a pool of studied strategies that even a beginner can make money on. Here is one of them I will share with you. Don't worry, I am not doing this out of altruism. I have reasons to share my knowledge for free and help you to earn. But more on that or later. Now let's get down to business. This is Pocket Option, the best trading platform for beginners. Simple, intuitive interface, abundance of indicators for any strategy you can imagine. Lots of tools and easy replenishment. It's all here. First, we need to register on the platform. It will take a little time. Just enter your email and password, confirm your mailbox, and your account is ready. If you don't even want to bother with that, sign up through your Google account. Okay, so that's all sorted out. So let's just move to replenishment. We need something to trade, right? Click on the finance and deposit section. Here we choose any convenient way for you to deposit. Let it be cryptocurrency. Yes, you can do it that way too. In this line, write the amount of deposit. For example, I have $200. Then click continue. Before payment, you should already have USDT TRC20 in your wallet. In order to replenish your account, you must copy this deposit and address and withdraw your funds to it, which should be equal to this amount. So far, so simple, right? But if something is unclear, there is no need to be embarrassed. You just need to go to my Telegram channel via the link in the description and read a detailed guide on the Pocket Option platform. In addition to useful information on the channel, you will find guides on effective strategies, tests by me personally, and free signals that will help you to earn even those who do not have time to learn at all. We are going back to our platform. The crypto has just arrived, which means we can start trading. But if you just click all the buttons, your deposit will disappear with a whoosh before you know it. So trading requires a strategy. We need to understand what we are doing and why we are doing it. First of all, let's choose a Japanese candlestick chart. You can do that here. So this chart, this type of chart is much more informative than a regular line chart and will help us to understand the mood of the market. Now open the indicators tab. It's right here at the top and select the moving average indicator. Click on it twice. Now open the settings of the first indicator. To begin with, we will slightly increase the thickness of our line and set period 25. Click save. So for the second line, we will not change the thickness. We will change the color and set the period 14. Well, there are some lines on the chart, but what's next? Why do we need them? It's simple. A line with a longer period shows a more global trend and serves as a weak support or resistance level, depending on where the price is. A line, a line which with a smaller period is needed for the same purpose, but it would help us to track smaller price movement and more accurately determine to entry and exit points. Well, now we open the indicators again. What did you think? That we have fallen into a fairy tale where two bars are not a problem, but a way to make money? No, moving averages alone will not give clear entry points. They need to be supported by an indicator which will allow you to accurately determine the trend reversal. Today it will be the RSI. Let's also change the settings of our indicator. Go to the settings and set the period 5. I won't go into complicated definitions and names. I will tell you the essence. RSI shows the mood of buyers and sellers. For this purpose, it analyzes the volumes and purchases and sales of an asset. If there are a lot of purchases and few sales, it tells us that the asset is overbought and the price is likely to turn down. The opposite is also true. If there are a lot of sales and few purchases, it tells us that the asset is oversold and the price is likely to turn upward. We can see all this data by the location of this line within the range. If the line approaches the range boundary with 70, it tells us that the asset is overbought. If the price approaches the boundary with the value of 30, it indicates that the price is oversold. So the money is in, the indicators are set up. Ignition, breakaway. We are about to open our first trade. First, we need to select an asset. You can do that right here at the top. What are we looking for? We are looking for an asset that has a pronounced trend. So I found the right asset. Look, the price is approaching a line with a long period on top. In addition, if we look at the RSI indicator, we can see that the asset is oversold. This is why I am opening a trade to the upside for the trade. I use as much as 20% of my deposit, or $40. We have $200 in our account, so we can't risk more money. I have 1 minute expiry time, which is not much, but it will help us to avoid closing in the negative. It is not a change of trend, but just a correction. Here it is. Our trade closes in the plus column. I was able to net, $34.40 in 1 minute. So we made less than 20% of our deposit. How cool is that? Cool, but not enough. So let's move on. So I found another interesting asset. I opened a trade on the upside for 1 minute, and this time I'm using $34 for the trade. The money has to work. Let's see what we can see in this situation. I opened the trade at the moment when I saw the price from above started to approach our line with a large period again. Let me remind you what I said earlier. This line serves as a weak support level for us. As a good confirmation, we have to look at the RSI indicator, and as we can see, as price approached this level, the RSI was able to come to an oversold level on our chart. All in all, this tells us that the price should reserve to the upside. I would also like to draw your attention to the use of confirming factors, which we can see directly on the chart. Confirming factors include various levels or candlesticks. And in this situation, I saw the doji candlestick pattern, which is a candlestick that has a big shadow at the bottom and a small body. It also points us up. By the way, look, my trade closed in the plus side. Already in total from 2 trades, I was able to earn a net of $57.45. Let's move on. We need to make money, more money, not mess around with these pennies. So I have found a good asset to open the trade. However, this time I will use $25 for the trade. as I see a higher risk here, and also 3 minutes as the expiry time for the trade. Waiting for this candle to close, and I will open the trade. And after I open the trade, I will try to explain to you why I underestimated the risk here and increased the expiry time. So I opened the trade. Let's see what we see in the situation. In the situation, I saw the price approach to our line with a large period from below. As the price approached this line, we could see the RSI indicator showing an overbought level. However, after the close of the candle, the price has already moved away from this level a little bit. But nevertheless, as a fact, when the price approached this level, we had a certain period when the RSI was in the overbought zone. Such a quick bounce tells me about the strong volatility in the market. If we look at the candle, we can see that we have an impulse candle. It was able to break through this resistance level in the form of this line. However, it quickly bounced back. As a result, in this situation, we have the fact that the price was in the overbought zone when approaching this level. Secondly, we see that the price is near the line with a large period, which already tells us about the change of the trend. However, because of the strong volatility, I can also here expect the fact that the price will not immediately start a downward trend. That's why I opened the trade for 3 minutes. I recommend you to always follow the movement you see on the chart, because high volatility is always an additional risk. So in the end, I was right. The trade closed in the plus. We had a very good upward movement. As you can see, when we have a volatile market, we cannot predict how quickly the market will turn. For example, in this situation, the price was able to go for a reversal lightning fast, and our situation turned out to be perfectly worked out. Our balance is already $280. Our net profit from 3 trades is $80, and this is a great result. So let's move on. So I have found another situation. This trade will be the last for today, and from it I want to earn as much as possible. So for the trade, I will use $80. This is the amount that is equal to our net profit for today's trading session. The time of the trade, I decided to put a minute. So let's observe what we have on the chart, and on the basis of what I will open the trade. I will open a trade in the situation on the downside. All this for the reason that I saw that the price has approached this level in the form of a line with a large period. When the price approaches this level, I saw that the RSI value came to the overbought level, which indicates to me that the price reversal. I also saw a doji candle here, which is a candle that has a large shadow on top and a small body on the bottom. All of this in total indicates to me that there will be a price reversal here. So the trade is opened, the situation is analyzed, so let's wait for the result. That's all. The trade was confidently closed in the plus, and we were able to earn $153.25. For this day, it took us about 7 minutes for everything, and this if we take into account the time for registration and replenishment. It's hard to say no for nothing. This was possible only thanks to my experience. A beginner trader on his own will achieve such a result only in a few months. The whole point here is that in addition to strategies and knowledge, psychology plays a huge role, and it is very difficult for beginners to keep their cool. They try to win back if the trade closes in a minus, and the excitement of a successful trade makes them think that they have won the market and now they cannot lose, and they do. Who would have thought it? To avoid this, you need to gain experience, join several deposits, at least a few months of active trading, and record your emotions in a trader's diary. Or you can go to my Telegram with about risk management and use it trading on my signals with more than 80% profitability. It doesn't require a long walk and complicated books. Join the channel, get a signal, open a position, and go for a coffee. When you come back, the profit is already in your account. No excitement, no nerves, no long training. Does that sound cool? I think so. So click on the link on the description, subscribe to my Telegram with the signals, and earn without hassle and worries. So get a lot walk little. Remember that life is so short to spend it behind a computer. Thanks for watching, and bye bye.